Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys an easy cornbread and chili recipe. What you're looking at right now is all of the ingredients that I use to make this dish. Well, this is everything except what I use to season the chili, which is pretty much just onion powder, salt, and cumin. So yeah, let's get into it. So before I start cooking anything, I have to chop up my peppers, my onions, and my tomatoes. And as you can see, I really didn't use too much of the pepper. And the same goes for the onion and the tomatoes. And here I'm just showing you what I was saying earlier, which is the seasoning blend that I use to season the meat. And I don't use too much of that because I use a lot of that chili seasoning that you're seeing. So this is me putting the meat in the pan, and I also use butter. So right now I'm just separating the meat. I just want it to get like a little brown before I start adding the seasonings and the peppers, onions, and tomatoes and stuff. I just wanted to get a little brown first. Okay, that's pretty good. So now I'm gonna add seasoning. Now I'm gonna add this. So I use like half the pack. Okay, so I've mixed it all up. I'm gonna turn it down a little just because it's almost done cooking. So now I'm about to add the peppers, onions, tomatoes, beans, and all of that stuff. So added the onions, tomatoes, beans, peppers. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the tomato paste and the other stuff to make the sauce. Okay, so that's all mixed up. So now I'm just gonna add this tomato paste. I'm gonna put a lot in there. Now I added a lot of tomato paste. I ended up going in and adding a little more. I tasted it and it's not too bad, but like I don't like the tomatoey taste. I mean, it's good, but I use taco sauce to kind of balance it out just a little bit. So I'm not going to add too much, but I like to add taco sauce too. Like, literally not too much. Just to balance out that tomato flavor. It's pretty much done. Okay, so now I'm going to make the cornbread. And I typically like to follow the instructions that's on this. The only difference is I add sugar and honey. Now, this already has honey in it, so that may not be necessary. Yeah. So I'm just going to add sugar. And then I also like to use butter too. So I'm just going to follow these instructions. Heat the oven to 375. Then it also has, depending on like what size pan you use. So, okay, I just choose to use butter. I'm going to use an egg, butter, and milk. I'm only cooking for like a few people. It's not a lot of people. So I'm only going to use this size. That's probably like an 8x8 cut in half. So it's probably like an 8x4. So I'm just going to do that one. Yeah. And I'll just do half of, oh, how do I do half of an egg? I'm gonna take the mix. And I'm gonna do half of this since the directions say to do the full one. So now I'm gonna take the egg and try to do half of it. So I'm just gonna let like half of it go through. None of the yolk. I gotta get some of the yolk in there. That's about half of the egg. And then it says 2/3 of milk. So I have a 1/3 cup. So I'm gonna do 1/3 of milk. Now I don't drink regular milk, so I have my oat milk, vanilla flavored. Okay, so now I'm adding some sugar, not too much. You see, that's not filling the cup up too much, and that's a 1/3 cup. So yeah, just Adding a little bit of sugar. Now the directions say to heat up 2/3 a cup of butter, well, melted butter. So, you know, the measurements are showing that that's about 1/3. So since I'm doing half, I'm gonna do 1/3. The measurements show that that's what 1/3 is. So I'm starting at 2. So I'm just gonna go a little bit over 3 and melt that. Melting the butter in 10-second increments just because I don't want it to pop in the microwave. So this is like my 3rd time doing it. And let me show you what it looks like. So yeah, it's almost there. It could probably do one more. So the cup is a little hot, so I'm gonna let that cool. While that's cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pan because this is almost ready to go. And once I put the butter in the mix, it's gonna be ready to go too. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much ready. And that'll melt eventually. And if it's not melted, it'll definitely melt when it's mixed in. My pan is sprayed, ready to go. I'm about to, oh, this is hot. Yeah, that helps. Okay, so yeah, I am going to pour this in the pan. My bad, y'all, I missed it. Ready to go. The oven has went off. In the oven, it is currently 211. It says 27 to 29 minutes, but I'm gonna come back and check on it in like 10 minutes because y'all know I did half the portion, so yeah. And because it's been a while since the chili's been made, I just have it on low, and I just have the chili warming up a little bit. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. It definitely still needs some more time because I can see it jiggling. So I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes. So I'll be back at 2:26. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So let's check. Yeah, now that looks a little more like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this plastic fork to see. Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah, so that's okay. Well, that was 15 minutes, so I guess I'll be back in about 5-7 minutes-ish. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Let's see. It still doesn't look done. Oh, that does feel a little better, actually. Okay, I think it's ready. It's ready, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes. So I left it in there for a total of 20 minutes. So while that's cooling, I have my chili here. I'm just gonna top it with some cheese and some sour cream. Okay guys, so this is the final result. This is my chili with cheese, sour cream, and I have some cornbread. So yeah, this is my final result. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. Leave your comments down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.